tenemos el pretérito, ¿no? Lo que aprendimos y vimos en la lección 9. Mis amigos y yo vimos una película de Netflix ayer. Pretérito, acciones específicas, ¿no? ¿Cómo se dice ayer en inglés? Yesterday. Es muy específica, ¿no? Una actividad específica. O estudié español anoche. ¿Cómo se dice anoche? Last night. Una actividad específica de last night. O conversaron la semana pasada. ¿Cómo se dice la semana pasada? Last week. Una actividad. So, el pretérito es el pasado, pero solamente para acciones específicas. So if you can put a date to the action, a specific date to the action, it's the preterite, because now we're about to learn tense. Okay? In order to do that, we really need to focus on the meaning first. It's not going to, make any sense unless you identify first the meaning. And then you can look at the conjugations. Okay? Cuando era niña. Okay? So if you look on your papeles, you'll see I have cuando era niña, and I'm going to repeat that phrase over and over and over again. So prior to even looking at the grammar, you can anticipate that I'm about to share with you what about myself. Eso es una foto. Eso es profecita de niña. It's like so Cindy Brady. Okay, you probably don't even know who that is. But anyway, cuando era niña, I'm about to tell you all about what? When I was a child. Exactly. When I was a child. No, cuando era niña. Even though era is like totally new. We've never seen this before. You've heard it before because I've used it, but we haven't per se studied it. We know, just based on context clues and outside knowledge, that I'm going to talk about my childhood, and this means was. I was. Era. Okay? Referring to this huge span in my life. Not ayer, not anoche, my entire childhood. Okay? This fundamental distinction between the preterite and the imperfect, and this is the imperfect, is so important when we get to chapter 11, because guess what we're doing in chapter 11? Using them simultaneously. You're going to have to decide, do I use a preterite or do I use the imperfect? Am I talking about a specific action? Oh, I am. I'll use the preterite. Oh, no, wait. I'm referring to my entire childhood. Not one activity I did, what I used to do. And in this case, what did I used to do? Play the piano. Por ejemplo, Javier, se usan para tocar el piano. Okay. Coincidencia. Now, we were just talking about tocar el piano to describe los dedos. So, tocaba. Yo tocaba el piano con frecuencia. So not even focusing on the grammar, the conjugation, based on the context, this is conveying what idea? Yo tocaba el piano con frecuencia. This is indicating what? What am I saying here? Yeah, often. And so when we say often, how many times is that? Just once or multiple times? Multiple times, okay? So this is a very, very important thing to note between the preterite and the imperfect. The preterite is one time. I did the homework last night. Or when I was a child, I went to, Siesta Key one time with my family. Versus when I was a child, I used to go to Florida on vacation or something like that. Does that make sense? So we have this in English, but these context clues, ayer, preterite, con frecuencia, imperfect. Okay? Now let's take a look at the gramática. Tocaba. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de tocaba? Tocar, ¿no? So, tocaba es un verbo regular, and therefore we can conclude that when we take the ending AR off and replace it with aba, we are now referring to actions that we used to do. Tocaba, miraba, hablaba, estudiaba, dibujaba, aba, verbos regulares. And the good news is, this is why I said, chapter 10, study, do well. because this is the easiest chapter of the semester. Why? Because in chapter 9, even though the concept wasn't hard to grasp with the preterite, the conjugations were very difficult. There's so many irregulars in the preterite. And perfect, you'll see, very minimal conjugations. It's aba and then our other forms, and that's basically it. Sigamos con la presentación. Okay, la gramática, tocar, mirar, tocar, tocaba, mirar, miraba. ¿No? Okay, ¿y ustedes de niños tocaban algún instrumento? ¿Qué instrumentos tocaban? ¿Tocaban instrumentos ustedes? ¿Sí o no? De niños, no guitarras, no trompetas, no flautas, nada? Ningún instrumento. No tocaban nada. Ok, muy bien. Ok, ahora, ¿comprenden la pregunta? Sí, ¿no? Ok, y ahora la gramática. Tocaban. Tocaban no es la forma de yo, es la forma de... No es la forma de yo, tocaban, es la forma de ustedes, ¿no? Plural, fácil, lógico. Yo hablo, ustedes hablan, N, normalmente es la forma de ustedes. Ok, de niña, yo leía los libros de Strawberry Shortcake. Leía, ¿no? So I'm not saying cuando era niña, I'm just using de niña. So I'm not saying when I was a child. What do you think de niña probably would mean? As a child, right? So like Billy would say de niña, or de niños, nosotros. Leía. So leía, we have tocar, tocaba. Leía. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de leía? Leer. Entonces podemos concluir. Comer, comía. Correr, corría. Leer, leía. ¿No? Dormir, dormía. Ia, ir. Aba, ar. Fácil. Aba, ia. That's basically all you need to know for the chapter 10 test, and you'll do very, very well. Okay, ¿entienden leía? No? Leía. So what's it saying? Yo leía. I what? I read, but really, just to clarify, I used to read. And I'm just clarifying what, even though we say read, I'm using used to read to translate it to indicate just one time or multiple times? Multiple times. This was like, me encantaba Strawberry Shortcake. Okay? So, ER verbs, IR verbs, IA. Accent on the I. Not. ¿Ustedes qué libros leían? Ustedes, de niños. ¿Qué leían ustedes? Harry Potter, ¿no? Anastasia leía Harry Potter. ¿Y el resto de la clase? Bernstein Bears? Actually, I guess that's what I had on papel. ¿Leían Bernstein Bears? ¿Ustedes? ¿Sí? ¿Leían libros de Sesame Street? ¿De niños? No mucho. Dr. Seuss. Perfecto. Muy bien. Excelente. Cat in the Hat. ¿No? De niña, yo veía las películas de Disney. Veía. So I what? Used to watch. Fantástico. Yo puedo decir, yo veía las películas de Disney, o yo miraba las películas de Disney. Son iguales. Me encantaba Cenicienta, mi favorita. Cenicienta, comprenden? En español, Cinderella, ¿no? Me encantaba. So just like at the beginning of class, when we're like singular, se usa, plural, se usan. Encantaba is one of those verbs like gustar. They just have singular and plural forms. So me encantaban las películas de Disney. Plural, me encantaban. We still want to apply those present tense rules to all other tenses that we learn. ¿Y ustedes de niños qué películas veían ustedes? Ustedes veían. ¿Veían las películas? ¿Les gustaban las películas de Disney? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
¿Sí? Específicamente, ¿qué películas veían? ¿Veían Lion King?
High School Musical.
High School Musical, ¿qué más? 101
101 Dalmatians.
Dalmatians, Sleeping Beauty, ¿qué más? Uh, Atlantis? Never, Little Labyrinth? Bay and Labyrinth? That's like, sorry. It's bad. People think I'm so weird that I loved that movie as a kid. It's with David Bowie. It's so random and so weird. I think it's like a Jim Henson movie.
What is it?
The Labyrinth. I showed it to my nephew when he was little, and afterwards I thought he was going to love it because I loved it. Me encantaba. The Labyrinth, but he was like, that was so weird. And he like did spend the night with us, and he like woke up in the middle of the night with a nightmare. I was like, sorry. Princess Bride, that was another favorito. Veía. Okay, and then miren, chicos, les gustaban. Les para indicar ustedes gustaban, not because it's referring to you, but las películas. So those rules, present tense. Ver, veía. Y chicos, miren, ver es un verbo irregular. Does anybody know why this verb would be considered as irregular? To me, it's like regular enough. Anastasia?
You actually keep the E.
Right. The ending is ER, so if it was totally irregular, it'd be V and then I with an accent A, but we include an E in our stem. Really, so just so you know, this is one of your irregulars, and it's basically regular, so this is good news without imperfecto. Les far. Okay, de niña. Yo iba de vacaciones con mi familia. Yo iba. Otro, ¿es regular or irregular? Probablemente iba. What's it saying? Yo iba de vacaciones con mi familia. Iba a Norte Carolina. También iba a la casa de mis abuelas. Iba a Florida, normalmente. ¿Cómo se dice iba? Used to go. So, es irregular. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de iba? Ir. Fantástico. So, ir es irregular y el imperfecto es iba. Okay? ¿Entienden? So this can mean used to go, like Marina pointed out. And we can also use this to convey the idea going to. Like, oh, I was totally going to say that. Or I was going to go to class this morning, but my alarm didn't go off. We can use it in that context. What were you going to say? Que ibas a decir. We use iba in Spanish to convey that idea, to say what we were going to do, even just like in normal conversation. So you can apply it to that as well. ¿Y ustedes de niños, a dónde iban de vacaciones? Yo iba normalmente a Florida, porque soy de Kentucky. Y hace frío en Kentucky, pero no en Florida. ¿A dónde iban de vacaciones ustedes? Marina. Hawaii. Really? ¿Con frecuencia?
Sí.
Ay, qué bueno. Marina iba a Hawaii y el resto de la clase. Venice? Oh, sí, porque vivías en Italia, ¿no? Qué bueno, sí. Greenville. No es tan exótico como Hawaii o Venice, pero iba de vacaciones a Greenville. ¿Qué más? Pablo, ¿a dónde ibas de vacaciones de niño? Vermont, ¿no? Y Margarita, ¿a dónde ibas? De niña. Disney World, ¿no? Un destino popular entre los niños. Ok, iba, ¿no? En resumen, yo era contenta de niña, ¿no? ¿Y cómo se dice era en inglés? I was, adjetivo para describir mi personalidad, ¿no? Era una niña contenta. Muy contenta. ¿Ok? Bueno, entonces eso es el imperfecto. Tenemos, like, ver es irregular, pero más o menos dos verbos irregulares. Ser e ir, ¿no? Ser es era, irregular, y también el verbo ir. Okay, so los regulares. Abba, Abbas, Abba, Abba. So yo, it's like a 3-for-1 special here. Yo, usted, really 4. El, Asia, Abba, Abba, Abba. Paco, like hablaba, or Ana, hablaba. Yo, hablaba, bailaba, celebraba. It's kind of a mouthful. The Abba. Like, I remember when I first learned this, I was like, hablaba? Like, that's a real word in Spanish? Which is why when we get to nosotros, we have to have that accent mark. It would never come out correctly. It's too many syllables. Hablábamos. Okay? So you have that emphasis on that first A. That's where we want our accent mark. Hablábamos. Bailábamos. The first snap class I ever taught, they were like such a goofy group. And these 2 dudes, like, I don't know if they learned anything in Spanish, but they learned bailábamos. They would always be like to each other, like, bailábamos. They just thought that was hilarious. And that was 10 years ago, and I still can't help but think of them saying bailábamos and thinking that was so funny. But it is kind of funny because it is so Abba, so many vowels, which is what helped you to remember habamos, the emphasis on the first A. Okay, and then aban. Chicos, es lógico, no? Tu hablabas. These endings are, as long as you know the yo form, everything else makes sense. Habamos, that's so obvious. Abbas is so obvious. Aban, so obvious. And then ER, IA. Accent on all the letter I's, no dots. Tu leías, or ellos, corrían or dormían. And here's another nice thing. This truly applies to every single verb you've ever seen or will ever see in the imperfect minus ir and ser. So are there stem changes in the imperfect? No. Are there like cars are verbs in the imperfect? No. Are there irregular stems in the imperfect? No. Everything that we just exhausted in the preterite tense, and even in present tense, doesn't apply. The imperfect is truly the easiest tense of your life to conjugate. I'm telling you this right now because I want you to do well on the chapter 10 test. I want muchas as because I know you can do it if you study. As long as you know the yo form, you know all the other forms. Okay? Y los irregulares. Ir, iba, ser, era. And just like those AR endings, nosotros. So for ER-IR verbs, all of the letter I's have the accent mark, but only for nosotros of AR verbs, ir and ser. Íbamos, éramos. We need that accent, that emphasis on that sound, or else it would be really hard to pronounce because of all those vowels. Iban, era. Okay? Ir and ser and the preterite are the same. Fui, fuiste, fue. Like la fiesta fue muy divertida. That's ser in the preterite. But yo fui a la playa, that's ir in the preterite. But in the imperfect, they're totally separate. Careful, a common error I see as a professor among all my students, not just SNAP, is combining this. Like, iba is the verb ir and nothing else. It's not an er-ir ending, okay? An error I see a lot is like corriba, like correr, and then they put the ir ending on. It's corría. So er-ir is ia, ir by itself. Used to go is iba, okay? Different. Totally different, but that's a common error I see. Okay, chicos, so para resumir y distinguir los usos de estos tiempos, acciones repetidas or habituales, okay? That's what the imperfect is for. Why is she telling us this now? Because A, we just got through a couple chapters worth of the preterite, now we're switching gears to the imperfect. But B, chapter 11, you're going to have a sentence, you're going to fill in the blank. We can use these things simultaneously, and you're going to have to know which one to use. So it's really essential that you understand, when do I use the preterite? Specific actions, usually with a context clue like anoche, versus these kind of context clues. De niña is referring to when, like, what's the thing? De niña is like, as a child, as a kid. De niña, okay? So it's used with repeated actions, habitual actions. That's kind of like the idea of used to in English. But it can also be used to convey ing, what you were doing, an action in progress. So anytime you want to convey what you were doing, what was going on, you use the imperfect, even if it was yesterday. So it's not only for habitual actions, it's also actions in progress. What were you saying? Or I was sleeping when my roommate came home. That's the preterite and the imperfect used together. Was sleeping, yo dormía. And then cuando mi compañero de cuarto llegó, preterite. So actions in progress, ongoing actions. And really, when in doubt, when there's no specific reference to a timeline, okay? You couldn't put it on a calendar. You couldn't put like a specific time or a date to it. You just use the imperfect. When we don't have that reference, just go with aba or ia. If you make mistakes in speaking Spanish, you accidentally use the imperfect when you're supposed to use a preterite. Does it interfere with communication? Not really. But it's important to note the uses from the get-go, so then we use them simultaneously in Chapter 11, you have a clear understanding. Okay, nos vamos a